guys, and welcome to Infamous 5. We were just having a random discussion at work, and we were talking about relationship, depression, and how both the girl and the boy reacts to it. And I guess we all have been through that phase.
No,
but I don't get depressed ever. Seriously, I don't get depressed.
Please.
No.
Don't
seriously,
get
I mean,
depressed,
you might
man.
have those moods. I mean, obviously, you might be upset for a while, but then again, it's not something that will carry on for days or
No,
something.
but I think
Achha, and I'm not just talking about a boy and a girl relationship. I'm also generally talking about
generally,
relationship
I mean,
with parents, relationship with family, with siblings, with friends.
Wait,
even with
I
friends.
think it
relationship
depends
at
on the
work.
person,
Yeah.
how they are. Like if it depends on them, if they're
Sensitivity level.
like if they have anger management problems or whatever, they get angry too much or like that. If something happens with me, I get angry for like 5 minutes. Then I'm chill with
They
everyone.
say that
Okay, no,
extreme of everything.
You do have issues, right? Life is not perfect.
Yeah,
you always
that's
have
the
issues in life. But is like suicide, and I understand everyone goes into depression. We all have our depression phases. But again, there's a way of coming out of it.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah,
only
some of them
depends on
need medical
how
help,
strong you
which
are.
is-
sometimes it takes a lot of time to come out of that.
But
Yes.
also
Suicide
it
is
depends on
No,
your
I think it-
willpower,
I think it
guess.
depends.
Your willpower.
Yeah, and the willpower, like how you wanted
It's
to take it
about
out.
when you accept it, when you know that nothing's gonna become better, I have to move on. Once you accept that, I think that is when things start to change. That's what I feel. कि जब you accept कि अच्छा अब हो गया इसके बारे में मैं कुछ नहीं कर सकती, then you change and be like अच्छा now I have to move on with life.
But I don't get the point of
One
crying,
thing-
you know.
yeah, exactly.
Just
One
keep
thing
on
I also
crying,
don't
crying,
get
crying for no
international
reason.
system.
You know, okay, if you're crying,
Okay,
will
no,
it
I'll
make
tell
a
you, initially
difference?
it really hits you
It
back.
comes
It
naturally.
hits you, and
Look,
that's when
for-
you do not have control over your emotions. But then there comes a point where you just realize, okay, why am I doing this? Why am I ruining my own life?
Yeah.
Why can't I just get out of it and start enjoying
And
life
you
the
know,
way it
Life,
was
yeah,
before
yeah,
this
see,
relationship?
some people, I mean, like for girls actually, you know, they might not want to let go. Maybe because they like being in that moment, in that in that experience, so they don't want to let go.
And you know, a lot of people
so-
get into all this depression phase because they want sympathies and they want other people's
Yeah,
attention.
that's
Yeah,
again
it's attention.
attention seeking, right? I mean,
Attention
seeking,
if
yeah.
somebody wanted to commit suicide again, they would already
I
be
would
there.
not
They
just
wouldn't-
call someone
Exactly,
saying I'm
you would-
committing
you would-
suicide so I can have 10,000
Yeah, that's
people lined up outside my
Exactly,
house.
because you just want to get that attention, you know, and then so.
No, I don't get why girls and boys always think "Hey, this is the only person for me. After this, it's nothing.
Sometimes it's like that. In that moment, when you're actually with that person, sometimes you
I
just
think you're
feel
too strongly
he is the one.
bonded with that
Yeah, you're
person.
too
Yeah,
strongly
people-
attached.
But when you see nothing's happening, you just have to move on.
No, but it's
Some
again,
people can,
it
some
also depends
can't.
from person to person because some people take way less of time to get out of a relationship, and sometimes people take like
takes a
years
really
and
long
life
time.
to get out of that one
And
particular
sometimes they just
relationship
never
because they
do.
can't get over it.
Wow.
I mean, if you're emotionally involved, then obviously it will take time, right?
Oh,
But that's
Sometimes even
That's
if you're
how it
not
is, but-
emotionally involved, you still can't get over someone. It's hard.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay if you just broke up or you
Look,
know.
I mean, if you're
it's-
if you're talking about relationships specifically, if you're getting to a relationship, you have to know with what mind you're getting into it, right? I mean, if you're just trying to have a fling, I mean, that's what most guys. I mean, that's what they do. So
A fling nobody would be
Look,
depressed
look.
about because
Yeah,
that's the
but
intention you get into.
No,
it.
but exactly. So it's with the intention. But then again, I mean, you now you're contradicting yourself because you said that even whether it's for a short while or whatever.
What?
You know what I mean. You know what I mean.
You need to tell me
No,
what
no,
you
no,
mean.
no.
I
Okay,
didn't
look, after
know.
God. Just later, no. Okay, just come on. Just let's carry on.
Okay.
Yeah, but also going to a suicide level, don't you guys think it's insane?
It's insane. For
Look,
We're not
obviously,
saying
I
like
mean-
somebody else. We know how we feel. We know to what extent we
Yeah,
get
but
depressed
see,
or
why would
how
you
we
get
feel
someone-
that.
why
But
would
we
you
can't speak for someone
committing-
else. If they're committing suicide, I'm not justifying. I'm not saying it's right. But there's something in their head. There's something that they're thinking about, which is why they want to do what they do.
But why would you
We're
do-
not in their place. We can't say anything.
See, now,
And I guess
they
in
progress to
this
such a
phase,
level
the
where they think
best
there is no
role-
other option, there's no other way out, right? I mean,
Maybe.
that's what they feel. But
That's
why?
And that's
Why?
why you
I mean,
say,
if you- if-
and I guess that's why it said that everyone should have like good set of friends.
No, see,
so
most
during
of the
these
time
times,
I-
they
No,
can
but why
come
would
and
you?
help
Why
out.
would you want to do suicide? Listen to me. Why would you want to do suicide
Yeah.
for someone who doesn't really care about you?
Exactly.
Because
Yeah.
you care about them.
Yeah,
get
but
it?
suicide is not
Yeah.
always the option.
If that person is
You can
going
commit
out and
suicide,
partying
sorry.
and having a hell of a time while you're sitting at home and mourning and crying and you know all that, why should you go through all
See,
that phase while the other person
Because
is
if a
happy?
girl and a guy are together and they're into each other, maybe the girl's crazy over him and the guy's not. But even though when it breaks, when
You're
they,
thinking-
But then
I
again,
agree.
I agree. No, I agree
Yeah,
with
no,
that
man,
point. But then
Shahid,
again,
let everyone talk.
Thinking from
Let
a
everyone talk.
No,
conservative
but then there
point of
should be a
view.
point
Wha-
where the girl needs to realize that I'm just ruining my own life because it doesn't really
The
matter
girl
to that
knows
person.
sometimes
Wait,
even
wait.
before getting into
Thinking-
the shut up.
So you guys are just thinking. You guys are just thinking from your point of views. What about the conservative point of views?
Let everyone talk.
They might just go like, "Hey, you know, why get into a relationship in the first place? It is haram. You know, why get into a
We're not
relationship? Then you
talking
want to
about
talk
that.
about.
We're
not
not.
talking
You're
about
going
this.
off the topic,
Can I
Shahid.
say
The point is,
something?
No, you're gonna
don't put yourself in a situation where you can avoid it in the first place, right? If you know that if you're easily emotionally hurt, why put yourself in this situation? That's basically what I'm trying to say.
You know, when sometimes you just want to get into it anyway, you know it's bad for you, but sometimes you just want to go for
Yeah,
something.
if you're
For
doing
some
something
change.
impulsive, then be ready for the consequences as well, right?
Yeah, so
but
everyone's ready for the
everyone's ready for the
consequences.
consequences,
yeah,
but it's hard to
think
deal
they are. They
with.
think
It's
they are
hard to
because
deal with.
if they truly were, they would have gone into the first place. So there you
Said
go.
who? Anything can depress you, man.
See,
It's
again,
not only
I told you
relationship.
it's not just relationship. If you guys are friends,
Look, obviously,
And we have a fight. One of us may
even
get
a friend's
depressed.
Yeah, but-
fight makes
Yeah,
you really upset
exactly,
and
makes you
depressed at
upset.
times.
Right, but then see the different type of situation. I mean, just me having a fight over an argument isn't going to make me want to,
Commit suicide.
suicide. Exactly.
Yeah, I think
No, I'm
committing
No, but it
suicide is a
depends.
whole
It
lot of
depends how
business.
You know,
it
the
is, how
strongest kind
critical,
of connection
how
is
critical the
between a girl
situation
and a
is.
guy.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
is the strongest kind of
I
attachment in
think
my
one
opinion.
thing is
also-
I think one thing is that people don't communicate because you know they feel that they
True.
can't talk about it with anybody else.
Talk it
about
off.
You get it exactly. I mean,
That's where
the
I
more
said that's
it's,
where
you
your
know,
family
that pent up
and your
energy,
friends
it just
play
makes you
the
do
role.
stuff.
That's when you need someone to talk it out.
But
to.
some people don't like talking about
No,
it.
sir.
They want to keep it in,
Or-
and sometimes keeping it in is
But
what
it's
causes
Or
like
some
others
people think they don't have
suicide
anyone to
themselves.
talk to because they go like, you know, we can't approach our parents because you know they might.
Yeah, they're like,
There are people like that, but then again, I mean, you know, you don't have to take such drastic measures because there's always a way out. You may think there's not. I mean, you have that choice. Whether your religion is stopping you, or whether your culture is stopping you, whatever is stopping you, or whether it's telling you to do it.
But I think-
it's, at the end,
We
of
But I
the day,
always have a
I think
choice,
that
but we
make that
never.
choice.
It's not that we always make the right decision.
I think
Some
your
people
mind
make
at
the
that
wrong
point in time is
decisions
too blocked to
and
think
get to
about
think about
anything.
anything.
Because you
See.
just see a disaster coming towards you.
towards you.
Whether
guess
you make the
that's why-
right decision or the wrong decision, it's important to make a decision. That's what I feel.
And
Whether
that's
in that-
exactly what
in
happens.
that
The right
situation-
decision, a girl moves
But
on, a guy moves on.
in
The
that
wrong decision, they
situation,
kill
if you're in a
themselves.
really critical situation, it's really hard to make a decision that we
Look,
could talk it
then-
out or
then-
anything.
then-
Only
then
thing in
you
mind is
can
that to
argue.
And
kill
I know,
yourself.
I
There's
agree
nothing
with
you can do
Ria
for
because
you.
at point there are times where a girl or a guy wants to come out of that whole breakup process, but
It's really
I guess
hard.
it's just
It's really
too
hard.
And
difficult for
some
them.
do come out of it,
No,
but
no.
it takes a certain amount of time. For
What
some
about-
people,
what
it would
about-
take a year. For some, it would take a day.
What
For
about
some, it would
what
take
about students who
many
commit
hours.
suicide
Many
in
hours.
schools, right? In
Minutes,
college.
That's a whole different
not minutes,
topic.
but
That's a whole
hours.
But
different
point
topic.
is, it is the act of committing suicide. I mean, if you have, I mean, students from MIT are committing suicide. Point is, they are doing that act. Whether I mean, they may be depressed.
Basically,
But
I
You know, I
feel
honestly
pressure when
feel-
there's
What
too much
about- what-
pressure.
But
whatever
this
it
whole
is.
suicide
That is-
business, I think you're just too selfish at that point. You do not
Mm.
realize
just
how
thinking
other
about
people
yourself.
You don't care
around
about-
you are being affected by your actions.
Your
That's my
parents, your
point.
Your
loved
parents, your
ones,
friends.
whoever it is.
Yeah, I
Yes,
mean your parents fine. You may not have communicated with your parents about what's the problem of your
But
life.
think
But
about
then
what they
again,
would
do from
if
their
you
point
do
of view.
something of this sort, the worst hit by this incident are your parents, because they're left out thinking, where did we go wrong, and why did my kid do that, and why was I not there around? You know, so you leave them in
Yeah,
a
you
very
leave
miserable
them.
position. So I
I
guess
agree.
that's my point, where whatever wrong comes your
What
way,
about
come
the
out of it
husbands
nicely.
or the-
Suicide is not
or
the option.
Sometimes
or the
husbands or
wives
never
are the
option
reasons that you
do
commit
that,
suicide.
you know, and then in a way, what about if
Sometimes they're the reason.
Okay, and
well,
people
whatever
also
the reason
commit
are,
suicide just to get their wants fulfilled.
Some
You know,
people
girls
just
go-
talk about committing suicide, which would be
Just to
for
get their-
attention.
see, but
Then some actually do it, and then that's
But
the
see,
end
depression,
of it. That's
depression,
just
right?
over.
I mean, it starts off, and whether it ends, if it takes a long time, you need to get that
And you
medical
know,
help,
also
right?
we
You need to
don't-
seek,
yeah,
you have to
and
seek medical help.
I
You
guess
have to
we're
go
also
through a-
not aware,
But you have to
as a
accept that you
society,
need
we are
help.
not aware
Yeah,
of the
see,
depression symptoms
look.
here.
Yeah, people think ऐसे ही like बना हुआ है.
Yeah.
and
So I guess we're not treated well. यहाँ पे, you know, we don't have
Lack of
counseling
awareness.
classes. We do not have counselors here much. The whole concept does not exist, and that's
Exactly.
why it's more common in the
West.
other part of the world.
we do have therapists and counselors, but
But
not for the
not
general
for
public,
the
not for the
not
mass.
for
We
the
have it
This
for the people who can
concept
afford
is
it.
not, you see, if I am sitting here and I tell another person that I need to go see a shrink, and they would probably think
Okay,
you're crazy.
Crazy,
Exactly.
yeah.
But when you go abroad, the concept there is completely different. That's a person who helps you
suggest.
coming out of a particular situation. or
Okay,
gives
now
you
when you're
suggestions or
depressed here,
advices.
locally when you're depressed here, they would actually go tell you to go to a mufti or mullah. Something क्या हो गया? वो therapist या उसके बजाय आपको वहाँ भेज देंगे.
So that's not right.
Yeah, but like if you go to a friend or anyone, they will
So
help you out. They will
Yeah.
help you out.
Yeah, I
They will
guess
try their
best
best to get
people
you out
to
of
help you
that.
get out of
It's
it
your
is
friends
either your parents
or your friends.
or your friends. And
Or
not
any
all the
close
friends,
ones.
but very close set of friends, and
Friends.
that's why you should always have a
Sometimes
friend
you just
around.
you should just try to solve the problem that you have yourself between whoever. If it's between two people, they should just try to solve it.
Talk it
Right.
out.
So I guess talk it out. That's the best solution. Bye, guys.
Bye.